What's up? Welcome to a new video. In this one I'm going to show you how to put everything into your videos that you can imagine with the help of Generative Fill and AI in Adobe Photoshop. So let's not waste any time and jump right in. So first, when we're in our editing software, in my case it is Final Cut Pro, but it also works of course with Premiere, DaVinci, etc. We have to go to the part where we don't cover anything of the part where we want to insert something. In our case, we want to insert something right here. So I'm not going to go up until here. In my case, I'm standing next to it anyways and not in front of it, but if I would have moved right here to be in front of it, we would have needed to rotoscope me out of the image. To be in front of the thing, we will put right here. So let's go back to where I'm coming down the stairs. Nothing is covered right here. So go up to File, Share, and export a still frame out of our clip. Next, we're gonna open Photoshop and load that image into Photoshop itself. And this is really where the fun part begins, where we can be creative and build our own world with AI, Generative Fill in Photoshop. So let's build our set. So I would like to have a boat shipwreck right here. So let's go up here to the lasso tool and then select the area where we want to put something in the scene. In our example, it's about right here. Now we have to click on Generative Fill and type in our prompt. Now this is the important part of how good our creation will be, so be specific with it. Exactly describe what you want to generate, the colors, the feel, the texture, to get the best results with Generative Fill. So in our case, generate a boat shipwreck. I would like it to be red, so a red like rowboat shipwreck, broken down wood debris. And let's just hit generate and see what we can do with that first small prompt. Generating, this is the exciting part. Well, I mean, this already looks perfect, like better than I would have imagined. But this isn't the only thing that Photoshop generated for us. We always have 3 different options that we can use. So let's go through them. This is the first one, but I'm already pretty happy with it. So let's look what else we can do. This one, okay, also pretty interesting, kind of stuck in the water. I also really like that. And this is our last one. It's pretty similar to the first one, but the dimensions are kind of a little bit off right here. So I think we're gonna go with the first or second one. However, one thing to consider when using generative AI for set extensions inside of Photoshop, why can't we use this one for our video? Of course, it works really good as an image right here, but since in our video the water is moving, we can't really use this one. As you can see, if I turn off the back layer, this is what it created. We could mask it right here, but the water is flowing right here and it would be still right here. Doesn't make sense. So sadly, we can't use this example and we have to go with the first one because we can mask it right here, maybe key out the little green things, and then the water in the background will still be flowing. So we're gonna go with the first one. Let's see what else we can do right here in this scene. I'm thinking maybe the iron bars here in the background. So let's just do a quick selection right here, Generative Fill, and type in iron bars, bent hole destruction, maybe something like that. Let's see what it will do for us. Well, that didn't really change anything. Let's look at the other examples. Well, of course, that's what I thought. I think the AI really struggles with the straight lines and also the shadows from the sun. So I think this won't really work, but let's select the stone wall right here and just type in destruction, hole in the ground, burn marks, something like that, from an explosion hitting in. Maybe that will give us better results. Now that is trash. That one is a little bit better. That one blends in even better, I think, but it's really kind of random and subtle little change. Let's go with this one. I mean, not a huge change to the scene, but makes the world a little bit more distracted. Now, I really don't like the skate park here in the background. It would be, again, a little bit difficult because I'm walking in front of it and we have this railing here. So I would have to rotoscope myself out, but I think we're just gonna start the sequence with me walking down right here so it doesn't bother us. So let's select the skating thing, Generative Fill, and then type in remove skate park, insert old destructed wood shed. Hit generate. Nope, that one isn't good. That one at least removes the skate thing, and that one as well. So let's go with that one. Click off of it and then reselect the area, and again type in generate old broken down wooden shed. Generate. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's look at the other results. Yes, I like this one even more. This one isn't that good. Well, a little bit scary with the dark entrance. I think it's a little bit big. I would have imagined it a little bit smaller, but I think it's fine the way it is. And then one last thing I want to do, it's kind of empty in the front right here. So I want to insert like a dead bush or something like that, like in these Western movies that, you know, strolls in front of the camera. It's probably a little bit difficult because of these harsh shadows right here, but let's just try it. Select the area, Generative Fill, generate that bush, generate. Yes, not that bad. Let's look at the other results. Also fine. I like how the light is perfectly matching. However, it's a little bit motion blurred, and I think it won't fit that good in the scene because I think if, for example, the wind is moving these leaves right here and these won't move because after all it's an image, it won't move because it's not a video. So I think we won't go with that one. Let's look at the third one. Yeah, it's fine, but it doesn't match with the shadows right here. So I think we're gonna go with the first one, because if that doesn't move, it's okay because it looks really dead and like it's just laying right there. So that's it from everything we're doing in Photoshop. So let's export this image and go back into Final Cut. So back in Final Cut, let's drag our edited set extension image over our moving clip. And now let's match these things together to really bring life to our scene. Now let's extend the image over the entirety of our clip. And first let's make it transparent because as we remember, we wanted to start not right here because then I would walk over the shed in the background. So let's start once I'm right here. Delete everything before that. And now let's mask in our set extensions. First, the easiest thing, the static destruction in the background. Let's duplicate our layer by pressing Options and then dragging it upwards or downwards. Make this one transparent, turn this one off, click on the layer, go down here to the effects and search for mask, go to draw mask, drag it onto our PNG, then zoom in a little bit and go to the destructed scene. Now if we turn it on and off, we can see where it kind of changes in the image right here. So let's just slightly mask around it like this. Once we've done that, we can see it maybe has some harsh lines right here. So let's feather it quite a bit. And there we go. Once we zoom back out again, we can see this one is in our moving clip now. Same goes for the shed in the background. Let's zoom in again, draw mask onto it. And here it is really important that we blur it a lot because we have these moving leaves around it and we really want to blur it so that you can't see that it's just a static image right here and a moving video right here. So let's mask around it, go back to fit to do the mask work right here. Then zoom back in again, and now we can see where it moves and where it doesn't move. Of course, it's a dead giveaway, so let's feather it by quite a bit. Let's feather it inwards actually. Now we can see the skate park, so let's adjust the mask right here and right here. So that should be fine, and there we go. Everything is moving except for our image of the small broken down shed. Now for the hard part, which is of course the boat right here because it's right next to the moving and flowing river. So let's zoom in again, go to draw mask and then draw a somewhat perfect mask around it. We're gonna ignore these green parts for now. There we go. Now turn off this thing and feather it inwards by about -2. And now if we play it back, we can see we have the boat in our scene and the water moving. However, we want to get the greenery back, so duplicate it again, delete this mask, put another mask onto it. Now it's getting really messy with all the masks. I hope you can still understand what I'm doing, and only select the green plants right here like this. Now if we turn off everything below it, we can see those are the green leaves, and in this case we can help ourselves with a normal keyer, green screen keyer. Now key out the green parts, invert the key to only have the green parts left. Play a little bit with the settings, spill level, the color selection and the luma stuff to really get rid of the water. Now that is one way to do it. The other way would be to do the masking right in Photoshop, so let's quickly do that. Back in Photoshop, let's go to the boat layer, duplicate it and drag it right up here and turn all of the other layers off so that we only have our boat layer. Now go to the quick selection tool and select our boat right here, and now we can really specifically and detailed select all of our plants just like this. And we can also select all of the land right here. For the plants, we want to go in with a 1 pixel selector to really try to roughen the edges because of course plants aren't smooth, they're very detailed. So let's do that to really bring out the best from the plants just like this. Maybe a few strokes like this. Just try to make it as detailed as possible, but also just for the sake of this tutorial. Now when we hit select and mask, we can see that's our selection. We can make it smoother, but however that's not what we want because plants are not smooth. What we want is maybe a feather, some contrast, and maybe shift the edge a little bit. Hit layer mask to lock it in. Of course we have to delete the original layer mask first and then export this boat layer as a PNG. And now in Final Cut, if we zoom back out and delete our current boat layer and then drag in our masked boat layer, we can see we have the boat with a few plants back in the scene. Let's look at the mask work. Probably not perfect. Well, it looks better than expected. Let's see how the water flows behind it. Well, very good. Of course, we have to look at it once it's exported because it's just pixelated right now. And since we selected all of the landmass, it's a perfect transition even though it's not really feathered. And the last thing is of course just our little plant that we did right here. So let's go to the mask once again, draw mask, put it onto here, and then mask around the little dead bush we created. Feather it, and there we go. That is our final scene. And then to really tie everything together, one last tip I have for you is put a slight subtle grain over everything to really tie everything together and bring the entire scene to life, because these small noises in the image will really make it seem like it's really in the image. It's really in a video because it's kind of moving if it has a little bit of noise and not just a static image straight out of Photoshop. So consider that in the grading. That's it from this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned how to put everything into your videos with the help of Generative Fill in Adobe Photoshop. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button and also consider subscribing right here for more videos just like this one. You can find more videos right here, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.